evening, Mr. Revere.
Good evening, Johnny Tremaine.
I would like to talk to you.
Man too? Sure, man, why not?
It's a matter of handles.
So you want to talk Silverman to Silverman?
That's right, sir.
What does your master think of your work?
Mr. Lappants won't even look at it much. But he says it's good enough and we can go and cast tomorrow. I got to cast tomorrow because it's Saturday and we can't work Sunday. It must be done Monday at 7, although Master thinks it's alright. I'm not sure.
He is wrong and you are right. Look, you've just copied the handle on the picture too slavishly. Just enlarge. Don't you see that your winged woman looks coarse in comparison? I'd have the figures the same size on both pieces, fitting with a scroll. Then to your curve is wrong. The basin is so much bigger you cannot use the same curve. Yours look hundred up and awkward. His all a matter of proportion. I'd use a curve more like that. See? This is what I meant when I said I'd add a scroll or two below the figure of the winged woman. Not just enlarge her so she looks like a Boston fishwife. In comparison, in the angel on the picture, see? There was a time when your master could have shown you that?
Mr. Lapham is, he's feeble.
Not doing very much work these days?
Not what you call much. Not much fine follower. There are buckles, spoons, such as plenty of.
Many boys.
Only there, Mr. Revere.
I'd hardly think he'll need all three. Now if he wants to cut down, him from me that I'll buy you unexpected time. Between both of us, we can do great things. Go on and tell your master I'll pay you a bit more than is usually for you.
Sorry, but I couldn't leave the Lapham, sir. If it wasn't for me, nothing in that shop would have been done.
But if old Mr. Lapham dies or you must like a new master, just remember my offering.
The next day, Saturday noon, Johnny, following Mr. Revere's advice and his curve, had got the model of the handle exactly right, and then rapidly made a duplicate, for when the molten silver was poured out in on the wax, it would melt and float away. So he made a model for each handle, but he must still get his handles cast, cleaned, and soldered to be the basin itself which Mr. Lapham had made. So he had to hurry, now that, of course, on Sunday, the shop would close. All day, the furnace would be cold. And Mr. Lapham would always make us get ready for our best cockerel church, and after that, a cold dinner. Madge and Dorcas usually played their bukes, and Mrs. Lapham would sleep. Scylla took Isana for a beach walk, and Johnny, Dove, and Dusty were apt to steal off for a swim. And poor Mr. Lapham would always go back to church alone. In other words, Sunday was off. But he could finish all the work if he were to wake up on 3 or 4 a.m. on Monday morning. In that way, he could have time to clean before he took it to Mr. Hancock's at 7.
Dove, build up the furnace. Fetch in the charcoal.
Charcoal all gone, Mr. Johnny.
Gone?
Yep, I haven't said anything because you always like to take charge of things like that around here.
Hitchborn, down on the Hitchborn wharf. You got to get charcoal. But hurry, chop, chop.
It was getting late, towards sunset, when he got back. But he came back with the worst looking charcoal Johnny had ever seen.
This isn't what Silverman used. This is 4-race stuff fit for iron. Maybe you know that.
Nah, not me. I don't know anything. You always tell me what to do.
I want willow charcoal.
Never said so.
I go myself, but this delay means no sun, no lamps. Oh, and you're the stupidest animal God has ever made. Why didn't your mom drop you when you were a pup?
So as Johnny went himself and got the right charcoal that Silverman actually used.
Dorcas, shut the door. Don't let your grandpa hear. Johnny, how many more work hours do you need?
7 maybe. I can get some from the Sabbath and 2 from Monday morning.
You shall have them right after Mr. Lapham leaves back to church. Sabbath or no Sabbath. but that sugar basin will be done on time.
Sunday afternoon, Mr. Lapham was not only going to the second service, as usual, but there was to be a meeting of the deacons, a cold supper afterward, and a prayer at the pastor.
You will have a prayer service. That's when you will have the hours you need.
It's such a risk. We are going against the law by doing this.
Madge, Dorcas, not a word to Grandpa.
Oh no, Mom!
Donna, you call Grandpa and the boys in for supper. Scylla, run down cellar and fetch cold ale.
Sunday afternoon, Grandpa was about to leave. Mrs. Lapham and nervous about what they were about to do.
You see the smoke from the ferns show from Wharf, from Fish Street?
Nope, not at all, Mom. Confident that he could do it.
Yeah, Miss Lapham. Now get with the bellows.
Johnny.
Fetch me a crucible.
Johnny, appear! What do you want, boy?
Johnny's going to hell.
Sana, don't say that! Hey, Sana, shut up. Johnny, just continue working.
She has a point. It might happen.
Johnny, it's time to pour. Look, the silver's melted and begin to weep.
They moved slowly, right hand outstretched. The crucible began to settle. Silver was running over the top of the furnace. Then, suddenly, he jumps toward it, hand still outstretched. Not knowing what happened, his feet went out from under him. His hand comes down on the top of the furnace. He was in terrible. First, he felt no pain.
It burns. I got a boo-boo.
For 1 second, before the metal cooled, the inside of his hand from the wrist to the fingertips was coated in solid silver. Good night.
Huh? You're not gonna say anything?
Oh, I'm gonna do this now? Yeah, I'm gonna lose some weight, boy.
You're just gonna be like pretending to be working, okay?
Alright.
Working out.
Oh my gosh. Crazy, hold him.
I can't get up here. I have to lose weight before I get up there.
So then,
Oh gosh, go!
Do what?
Go!
Oh, be careful.
She never gets the juicy stuff. Hey, look, you go like this one.
Yeah.
Honey, it's
I have
time
to pee.
Okay, shut the door. Don't let your grandpa hear. Johnny, how many more out?
I told myself, but this means. What's up, nigga? My name's Chris. Hold on, homie. Told myself, but this delay means no sun, no lamps. Oh, you're the stupidest animal God ever made. Why didn't your mom drop you when you were a pup? Basket, quickly run to Mrs. Havlin over.
No more.
Shut up. Not much. Not much fine follower.
just go. Just keep on going. No one knows.
I want
this
to
script.
slow.
I see, of course, but if old Mr. Lapham dies or you must like a new master, you remember my offer. They shake hands. See, of course, but if old Mr. Lapham dies or you must like...
Not what you call much. Not much fine follow. Where? Right? Not what you call much. Not much. No, I messed up. I said.
She looks like a Boston fishwife. In comparison, in the angel on the protect.
Not what you call much. Not much fine hollow wear. Come on, it's a little bit.
What do I have to say here? Not
Don't
what
know.
you call much. Not much fine. Hollow where? What is a hollow
No,
where?
no, no.
Mr. Lap Pants is Go again. Build up the furnace.
Fetching charcoal. Fetching carb.